a video review of the Renaissance St Pancras Hotel in London, UK. I'm Chris, this is Yellow Productions. I do travel guides that are fun, informative, and entertaining, and in this video I'm going to be telling you everything you need to know to stay at this hotel, including the neighborhood around the hotel, the common areas of the hotel, and I'll conclude with a review of the hotel. The hotel is directly connected to the St Pancras International train station. Right through there, that's where the Eurostar trains depart to Paris and Brussels. Get there in just 2 hours from here, so it's really convenient because you don't even have to go outside to get there. Right down this staircase is the King's Cross Underground station, and you can actually get there via inside the hotel. That's really nice because all the tube lines pretty much intersect here, so you can get most places in London without having to connect. And there's also a special Harry Potter platform to Hogwarts here at King's Cross. And inside the train station, you'll find a lot of shops and restaurants and convenience stores. So it's really convenient if you need to get some water, something quick to eat. You'll find a lot of things you can get to without having to schlep out in the weather. If you're looking for cheap eats in the train station, your best bet will be at Mark and Spencer's, also known as M&S. It's like a really big convenience store, but they've got freshly prepared sandwiches, desserts, lots of things pretty inexpensively. There's also a Boots pharmacy in case you're looking for a pharmacy. There's a Yo Sushi back here, which is a rotating sushi place. You'll also find a Prime Burger, a Pret, and a Starbucks here in this back corner of the St Pancras International train station. If you're arriving into London Heathrow Airport, you can take the tube all the way to the hotel on the Piccadilly line. No transfers needed. It'll take you about an hour. You could also take a taxi here. It takes about 45 minutes. They'll drop you off in this neat circular driveway. As you come into the lobby, it's a neat lobby. It has this kind of old regal 1960s feel. The center of the lobby is an area for afternoon drinks or afternoon tea or evening drinks, and then on the right-hand side is where you'll be checking in. The hotel is divided into two main wings, the Chambers wing, this wing. This is the historic wing. If you want historic rooms, and it's really grand historic, make sure you book the Chambers wing. If you're okay with something a little bit more modern, the Barlow wing. If you're like us and you're booking with points and you're cheap, that's where you'll likely end up. Does this staircase look familiar to you? Well, if you were alive in the 90s, it should. I guarantee you've seen this staircase before. So where have you seen this staircase before? I'll give you a hint. You wanna be my lover, you gotta get with my friends. The Spice Girls' Wannabe song was shot right here on this staircase. And you too can come, do a little dance, sing a little song. Well, as long as you're a hotel resident only. I mean, if you're not, I guess you can come to the bottom of the staircase. The hotel's main restaurant is called the Booking Office, and it's a former part of the train station where they used to book and sell train tickets. This is where they serve breakfast, lunch, and dinner. More about this in the review section. Just next to the Booking Office is the Chambers Club. This is the hotel's executive lounge or concierge lounge, so if you're a Marriott Elite member, that you're entitled to lounge access, this is where you'll be able to get breakfast, afternoon tea, and evening snacks, hors d'oeuvres, and drinks. There's also one more restaurant in the Chambers wing, the Gilbert Scott Restaurant. Though this restaurant is not open for breakfast, but it too is quite a grand looking restaurant. And then our room was in the Barlow wing. There's two wings of the hotel, the Chambers wing, which is where the historic suites are, and the Barlow wing, which is where the majority of the rooms are, or as they call it, the modern wing of the hotel. And back off the lobby, there's the spa. We didn't spend any time in the spa, so I can't really tell you all that much about the spa. Now let's take a quick look at the room. Pretty functional, interesting colors. Sorry this isn't more detailed, but the footage that I had on my original camera that I shot this review on originally was actually stolen, and so now I'm doing this on a GoPro. Looking out the window of our room, 315, a superior twin room in the Barlow wing, is the British Library. This is the largest national library in the world by number of items cataloged. It is home to the Magna Carta, admission is free, and yes, you see a road down there, but actually it was not noisy. We could not hear the cars at all from our room. These windows are pretty good, and if you look, the walls of this room are like super thick, right? These walls are almost like 3 feet thick. So now that we've seen everything around the hotel, let's do a review. I'll talk about the pros and the cons of staying at this hotel. But first, we'll give it a Topher rating. Unfortunately, I mentioned my camera was stolen. Topher was stolen too. But when he shot this earlier, Topher gave this hotel 4 Tophers. So we'll talk about the pros and the cons of why this hotel got 4 Tophers. So first of all pros, it's a great location right next to King's Cross, that St Pancras International Station. It's just really convenient to get anywhere in London. It's also really convenient that it's directly connected to that train station, so you can walk to the train station. You don't have to get wet. You don't have to go in the weather, since London is a pretty lousy weather place. Other pros, the staff was really great. The room was good sleeping. It was quiet. The air conditioning was cold. The bathroom was good. Just, I mean, a pretty good, just general hotel experience. Oh, and also the full English breakfast in the booking office was really quite good. We took breakfast there most every day. The breakfast at the booking office was better than the breakfast in the lounge because there was a bigger selection in the booking office restaurant, but lots of fruits, full English breakfast, including, you know, eggs, mushrooms, tomatoes, beans, all those good fixins. And then we also enjoyed just the interesting atmosphere in the booking office. It's not like a typical breakfast restaurant in a typical Marriott hotel. And then in the club, we took the afternoon tea a couple of times. The scones are really delicious. The tea was great. And so were all the other desserts that they put out. They also put out finger sandwiches, though we didn't end up with any of the finger sandwiches because finger sandwiches aren't really our thing. Okay, so now on to the cons. First, it is expensive. The room rate this week, we were here in August, if we were paying for it, was 400 Great British pounds. That's really expensive. Now, it is August, so it is high week. Actually, a pro related to this con, we actually stayed here on Marriott Rewards points. It's 50,000 points to stay here, and it's 60,000 points to stay at most of the other Marriotts in the center of the city. So if you're staying here on Marriott points, you might find it to actually be a better deal than a lot of the other Marriotts. Another con, while the room, I said, was nice and functional, it's not amazing. It's not lavish. Like the Park Lane Marriott is amazing and classically British, or the Tokyo Station Hotel is amazing. This hotel was just good and adequate. It didn't like blow me away. The breakfast was also really good, and I talked about it earlier, but it wasn't like a blow me away breakfast. And the other con, the location. Like I said, it was a pro, but it's also a con. Now, it's really well connected on the London Underground, the tube, but pretty much to go anywhere, you will have to take the tube. It is directly adjacent to the British Library, so if you want to see the Magna Carta or a lot of like book type things, that's right nearby, but it's not within walking distance to the major attractions like Westminster or the Coca-Cola Eye, like the big Ferris wheel. It's not near, you know, Piccadilly Circus, right? You're gonna have to take the tube to get to those places. So if you're okay taking public transportation, and we are, then this is a fabulous hotel for that. So all in all, would we stay here again? We absolutely would. We really enjoyed our stay here, especially since it's less points than the other Marriotts. But two others you might want to consider that I have reviews of. I have a review of the Park Lane Marriott. That one's more high-end. The rooms are better, though the lounge is not as good as this one. And the County Hall Marriott, I like that one because I like the location right on the Thames River, so that's pretty neat to stay there. Or you might want to check out some of the videos from my London series. You'll also find links in the description below. Won't say goodbye, because I'll see you in one of those videos.